Hello and welcome to Whiteland Restorations. Today we're going to tackle quite a lot of work on my E46 diesel. It needs a lot of love. The MOT is due, it's actually past due, so we haven't been driving it. It's got a few split gaiters, it needs a few bushes on the back. Yeah, we've got a load of new body panels to fit that Leanne got me. Thank you very much, Leanne. She's not here at the moment because Louisa is unwell again. Big thanks to the nursery for giving us more illnesses. That was awesome. So, yeah. Let's have a look at the parts we've got. And then, it's a huge day. So much work to be done. Let's get cracking. Some of the parts we're going to be swapping out. Obviously, the body panels are not important for an MOT. But the headlights are important, and this one, as you can see, is broken. I'll insert a little clip here of how they operate at the moment. That one's a little foggy, not too bad. These are genuine BMW non-rusty wings, a little scratch, but we can touch that in a little bit. But this is very exciting. Let's get all these parts out and see what we've got. MotorQuip were kind enough to send us over all of these parts to help us get our E46 back on the road. So big thank you to them, and more on that later as we're doing the work. Definitely more on it. So I kind of think let's tear it apart. Let's get the panels off in case it needs some washing and stuff, and I can do some wax oiling. Let's get the face off of it, and then we'll tackle the bushes whilst all of that lot's maybe drying after a pressure wash. Goodbye, rusty old bonnet. I won't miss you. Come on then, Mr. Bonnet, off you come. Whoa! That was holding a lot more tension than I had anticipated. The end's come off my pole. Usually, a bonnet is a two-people job, but I'm only one people. I don't have two people here today. So, Stand, you are now a person. Congratulations. Make good life choices. BMW bonnets have this very handy feature, whereas you only need to slacken the top one off and it slides out. So you just take out the bottom one, loosen the top one. That makes it a lot easier for one person to do this. Anybody I don't want to break the windscreen, obviously, because that's a windscreen end. So we could just do a bit of that. I would not recommend doing this by yourself, guys. A stupid idea, really. I certainly wouldn't do this on a customer's car. Off you come, bonnet. Now the bonnet's off, that was super straightforward. Bumper. This bumper has been bothering me since we've had the car because this just doesn't fit there. Look at that. And then this side is like barely attached. We also have some, I'm pretty sure, non-genuine screws here. It's held on with two E12s up under here. A little tricky to get onto. Got it. Oh, if you're lucky, they'll unbolt easy. Lucky. Bumper's off. It took a bit of fighting. The bolts didn't want to drop down out of the way of the slider of the bumper bar to come off, so it was a little bit ugly, but that's off and out the way now. I thought whilst I'm here I could show you. These are the bolts. Oh, you're all the way up there. These are the bolts that hold the bumper iron on. They go up in there and they're kind of captive, and if you can't pull them out, the bumper won't slide off, and they're a little bit difficult to pull out sometimes. So now they're off. It comes off so easy. It's annoying in a way. There we go. Right. Moving on. So you fired all the clips around everywhere. Genius. That's saving me so carefully. Wing off. Let's do it. So we've got a 10mm here. Now with any luck, that is free and breezy. Right, ooh, genuine wings. Just rot out. They rot out for fun, these things, don't they? I'm glad the ones we've got aren't as rotten as these. Well, if they were, we wouldn't be putting them on, I suppose, would we? Right, moving on.
The car's all been washed nicely underneath. It's a lovely thing to work on, and no mud or goo anywhere. Thorough washing. So it's time to start swapping out these parts. So I'm going to take off the track control arm and the drop link, and then we can do a side-by-side comparison on the bench to the new parts that were delivered. Let's do that. Well, that is loose. That is definitely loose. Definitely first step, I'm going to get some of this built hammer ferrosol. This is epic stuff. I wouldn't be using it if it wasn't good. It's an 18. Yeah. Let's see if it will come loose with these. Oh yes, that is what we call winning. Got like a weird locking ring there. Just need to knock that off. Ball joint splitter. These things are so good. No. And there we go. Easy. It's coming. It's coming. Oh. Ow. Actually, it doesn't even look that old, but I like to replace things in pairs, you know, so I know both sides are done nicely at the same time. Plus, when you're in there, right? Do it. Right, now that bit is off, let's get the drop link off and see what we got. Let's get this one off first. Oh dear, it slipped off. And again, here's the bigger ones. We've made space for the bigger ones now.
Come on, you can do it. Squeeze.
There you go.
Well, that looks fit for the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, we've got a little purple mark there. Does that mean we've got a purple rack as well? No? Oh, right, okay. So that is front drop link off. What's next? Oh.
That's off, that's off.
That's off.
We're going to do a bench comparison of the new parts.
Oh, let's go have a look. Right, Lewis has been a busy bee without me here, haven't you?
Yeah, so busy.
Oh, so busy.
I think I was just saying actually that we're just through the eye of the storm.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, we just had to repair the roof.
Yeah.
Fix fallen trees. Our
Endure
shed.
the freezing cold.
Our shed at home was like Wizard of Oz, taken up, spun around and stuck to the side of the house.
Oh, that's where you were.
That's where...
You were in
You
the
cheeky
land of
bugger.
Oz.
Oh, right, I'm Dorothy. I thought you were going to say I was a Wicked Witch then. But Lewis has been sorting out here, back on the BMW now. You've done loads since I've been here last.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled it all apart. Because two BMWs at a million pieces is way better than one BMW.
I mean, you couldn't ask for anything else, really, could you? No. I'd like to have a look at the parts you've taken off because I think it hasn't been touched since the car was made.
Well, the reason I'm taking them off is if you have a look here. I don't know if I can get that in shot. No, I'll do it with my phone. I'll film it with my phone.
Yeah.
But look, yeah, I can get
That's-
that in shot. The Gatorade is that in the UK is an MOT failure.
Definitely. Cross, done.
So that means our car wasn't roadworthy.
No, but to get it back on the road, we'll be throwing a mountain of parts at this.
As per usual.
As per usual, but we're going to be using parts from MotorQuip. Now, MotorQuip are available from your local motor factors. You might be thinking, oh, haven't heard much about them. It's because they're only available to people in the trade, really. You can go to your motor factors and order them through there, but these parts, they're OE quality.
They're really good.
They
So
really,
far so good. I'm really enjoying it.
They've been around since the early 80s, like 40 years working with automotive professionals and everything. They know what they're doing. Let me show you. You won't believe this. Right, this is the one we took off. And here is the replacement. Look, it is genuine OE quality parts for a really good price.
Yeah. I mean, I've already done this side. Sorry, I tend to do one off camera and then I do the other side. And they fitted straight in.
Do you know what they do? They fit first bloody time.
I did fit first time.
Sometimes you get parts and they just don't go on.
No.
And you have to fettle or adjust things, but these out the box, straight on, first time every time, which
Yeah,
is
really happy with that.
also saves so much hassle, doesn't it? You're going to get these parts on. Guys, go and check out MotorQuip's Facebook page and on the socials and stuff. They've got loads of good information on there. Go and see what parts they got for your car. Because if you need something, go and check there first. Then go down to your motor factors, where the prices are a bit cheaper than the online stores as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Best price motor factors.
secrets of the trade. Right, there we go. Lewis is prepping the threads there.
Yeah, don't mind my wire brush, it's manky.
You need a new one for Christmas, maybe.
Christmas?
Ooh, yeah.
I need new pants for Christmas, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Yeah, just about hanging in there.
It's just about hanging in there.
Right, new part.
New part going on. There we go. Don't
Special
forget that
washer
collar
thing.
washer thing.
Oh, she's minding on
Lovely,
a
lovely, lovely.
tree.
We will get this all tracked and everything as well before we go for an MOT. Because whenever you mess with your suspension or steering, you should always have it double checked.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that screws on like that.
It does help if you don't move that nut, if you just crack that nut.
Yeah, I know, but I'd still
can't
always
keep
get it done, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tracking on this was awful anyway.
Yeah.
Did you know that we nearly worn through the front tyres?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear. But yeah, you can get these parts yourself to hand to your local mechanic, you know, if you want. Obviously, not a lot of people are confident in DIY and stuff, so you can actually get the right parts to give to your mechanics and stuff, or trusted person. There we go.
I do like to put a bit of copper slip, not on the tapered bit, but on the
Yeah.
thread. It always helps.
Just helps it all
Yeah.
come apart for the next time.
God, that's so stiff.
Is it? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. New
like
nuts and
nice
everything.
new
See? You don't need to worry
nuts.
about people putting random stuff on these ones because it comes with the
God.
bloody nuts.
Do you know, one thing that bothers me when I'm working on cars is when the bolts are different side to side.
How annoying.
And somebody's been in here and obviously they've changed this side because it's got a new leg on it and some of the parts were replaced. All the bolts were different size. Anyway,
Shocking.
yeah,
Shocking.
so shocking.
You wouldn't catch that in this workshop, I'll tell you that.
Right, so I'm going to leave that loose whilst I get the drop linking. Would you pass me the
I will
drop
pass you
link,
the drop
please?
link. Here we go, because I can touch it because it's nice and clean. And look at that. Quality.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you know MotorQuip used to do the rallycross stuff in the 80s?
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Random fact of the day for you.
Random fact, got any more?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. If I think of anything, I'll let you know. You might want to give MotorQuip's Facebook page a follow, guys. There's some really good stuff on there. They've got other socials as well, Instagram and websites and Twitter and all that. But go and check out their Facebook page. Great stuff.
That went straight in. Perfect.
Yeah, look at that.
Perfect, perfect.
So good. That's what you want, isn't it?
Right, just got to
No messing.
tighten it up to the correct torque setting.
Now, MotorQuip don't only do tie rods and drop links, they also do all your braking stuff, your pads, your discs, your calipers, they do filters, and they do all the suspension components that you need as well. So really, you can't go wrong for MOT day with all the major stuff and the servicing as well. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to drive this again.
Yeah, me too.
Feels like forever.
It has been forever, actually.
Yeah.
Technically. That, I think.
I'm going to leave you to finish battling up the front and then we'll move on to the next part. How about that?
That sounds very good.
Some amazing motor quip knowledge there from Leanne as we were buttoning up the front of the car. So we moved on to the back end now. You can see me struggling with the bolt location of the upper arm on the back end here. It is in the most awkward place.
And if you're wondering why we're doing all this work, look, if I'll focus on there, that is completely ruined. So that's why we're taking all these bushes out, because they're pretty much all shot.
With the rear arm free of the car, we can head over to the press and, well, first make some measurements. These bushes do stick out one side more than the other, so we're making some marks here. I think it was 16mm sticking out one side, and there's 3 little blobs, so I'm making sure to orientate the bush and put it back in exactly the way it came out. Now I do have a really nice bush pressing kit, but these bushes were very small and I had to find that specific bit of tube and actually turn it down a little bit to fit. I'm going to use a little bit of heat to expand the outside of the aluminium, because it's aluminium, it does move quick. And here it goes. With the old bush out, it is time to press the new one in. A little bit of grease always helps things slide home. There I am, making sure those numbers are dead on. You don't want anything to be off at this point. A quick visit to my sandblasting cabinet. Oof, dusty, very, very dusty. And a light spray of Worth Alu spray, and that arm's starting to look like new. Again, I don't have exactly the right size bush press tool to remove these ones, so doing the best I can by removing the centre of the bush and then using a die grinder to nibble away at the outer shell. Now the most important thing here is you don't have to go all the way through. Once you've weakened it enough, it will just pop out with a little tap with a hammer. As you can see, I've not gone through it at all, I've just weakened it to the point where it collapses. Yes, very nice and clean, well done. Moving on to pressing the bush in, I'm using more homemade bush press tools because my kit is not quite right for doing this job. The funny story is, a good friend of mine popped over after all the hard work was done. He gave me a ring. You in the workshop? Yeah, come over for a cup of tea. He popped by and he said, you know, I've got all the right tools for doing the bushes on the back of one of these. But ain't that always the way? Sod's law, I guess. But Tim, when I'm doing the club sport bushes, yes please.
OE quality parts. Nothing but the best for our lovely little BMW here. So we should just be able to, it's a bit tight. I'll maybe I'll put some grease inside there as well. And she should just push straight on. And yes, it is a difficult, but with a bit of brute force, it will. It will. It will. Go on, it's just, it needs a lot of brute force. There she goes. Oh. And that is drop link in situ. Nice. Next part going in. Now I do have to remove the diff bolt in order to get proper access to the bolt at the top there. So yeah, just take that rear diff bolt out, that one right there. and loosen the two at the front. You can do that with a spanner very easily, and the diff should just slide sideways just enough for you to get access to that one and the one above it, which is very tight access. Come on out. It's already very loose. You can see that's made the diff very floppy because the front two bolts are also loose. And all I need now is a pry bar in there to push the back of the diff across, and I can easily get that bolted. Well, I say easily. It still ain't bloody easy. There, you can see that little tag thing there, that's its butt. There's the thread coming through. That's the debris. So that was like buried behind all of that there. But we managed it, We're jumping forwards ever so slightly. The wheels are on, we're on the ramp still, but it's got all its weight on it. And I've got my tracking sticks out, making sure the wheels are square, so your steering wheel is straight, and also towing in ever so slightly, just a half a degree. So we're all set up 100%, and as you can see, we're just under half a degree. I'm quite happy with that. This weird setup with the bar and the spirit level there is my kind of janky way to make sure your steering wheel remains square. So my steering wheel currently is square, so the bar of metal is a straight line basically, and if you put the spirit level against the front wheel, it'll kind of tell you whether it's turning in and turning out, and then if you swap back to the other side, you can basically make them square and then do your tracking after that. It kind of works. It's a bit janky, but you know, I will send it for four-wheel alignment. So I do believe that's the suspension side of things done. So we need to move on to putting the body panels and headlights back in. And yeah, God, this thing has had some work now. Let's quickly run through fitting these lovely second-hand panels. So I've got some built Hamber Dynax. I'm just going to give it a spray around this wheel arch return because these wings are known for rot through there because the inner wheel arch liner rubs against the metal and it's just not lovely. I'm also going to give a little spray to each bolt area and spray the entire inner section because I don't really want any more rot. Now there are special nozzles you can get for this. I forgot to order them. So just got the extra long one. Silly really. Quite straightforward. Just plump her on, make sure the indicator's plugged in. Ooh. Click. Right, that's most of the way there. These are what I like to call witness marks. So that's where the original bolt went, and I think that's a really good place to start. Line those up. Try and be as accurate as you can, because it's important at this point. Right, we've got 2 bolts that line up perfectly with the original witness marks. So we can get the rest in, we'll line it up to the door properly. It is actually already lining up with the door. I think if we line up the bonnet as well to the witness marks and the other side and see where we lie when the bonnet shuts. Oh. Oh, to be fair, right, you saw that, I put it on the witness marks. Now let's look at how accurate that has been. That is some nice gaps. Let's just go, considering I've done nothing else. Look at them, so nearly perfect. Flush of the top, lining up beautifully all the way up. Really happy with that, really happy. And look how nice that bonnet is, even dirty. It's a mile off what it was. Yes, winning. Scratch it. Oh,
What a job you've done, eh?
a lot of that was really awkward.
Really awkward, but look at it. It is complete. It is back together, and isn't it looking?
You know, every
Pretty
time I come in
handsome,
and
I
look at it
think.
and go, yeah, it's nearly looking like the old car I remember from 10 years ago.
It's amazing what the difference having a bonnet without all these weird lines
Yeah.
all over it makes. It looks the business. Obviously, it needs work doing. The panels are great. They're slightly different colour to the rest of the body, but you wouldn't know just looking at it driving past without having a close eye. But we are going to be rectifying that in a future episode.
Yeah, the panels are bloody good considering they haven't been painted. They just come off another
They
car.
are
They've been in
straight
storage
and
for
original.
years. Straight back on.
What
and
more can you ask
jobs
for?
are good and very happy with them. Very happy with all the suspension parts and tuning everything up, making
Yeah.
sure the tracking is correct.
Huge thank you to the guys over at MotorQuip. Make sure you check them out for all your suspension, braking and filter needs. Ask for them at your motor factors. Go and check out their Facebook page.
Hey, if you want it to fit, think MotorQuip.
That one's for free. Right. I'm going to get this booked in for an MOT, which I don't think is going to happen till after Christmas now, but
Yeah.
let's make the appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Back on the road.
Back on the road.
Back
Then
on the road again.
it's
We've got lots more planned for the car.
so much. Oh, we've got so much
We've
stuff
got,
to do.
The next big job is going to be glow plug lighter and a turbo rebuild and an intake clean.
That's
through.
just the mechanical stuff. I've got some fancy bling stuff to put on this.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
a whole load of stuff to go in the inside.
Should I give him a little hint?
There's so much
I
stuff.
love a bit of RGB. Me.
RGB.
RGB.
We've got RGBs going in. I've got a whole episode I want to do on the headlights.
Oh,
I know
it's
those
gonna be
headlights
good.
are so nice, it's hard to pull them apart to do something with, but yeah, it's my car, do what I like, right?
It's exactly that. So this is going to be getting a few upgrades. We're going to be working on the Club Sport, getting that back on the
Yes.
road. You don't know the ins and outs of that yet, so shush, don't spoil it.
But what?
What we've done to the Club Sport. We haven't got to that episode yet.
We'll
Check
find
the
out
links in the
when we get there.
description. Don't forget to click subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, ciao guys.
Ciao.
Fake it till you make it, fake it. Fake it till you make it, baby. Take that off. Right, ooh, genuine wings.